Hello guys, Woozyracing here, and we are back with what is probably the dirtiest race that I've been a part of so far in this game. Now, we weren't completely exempt from this, but I am blessed with the ignorance that we have only been online racing for about 2 weeks. Some of the stuff that goes on in this race is just absolutely ridiculous. We start with a third place grid start, which isn't bad for us. The sportsmanship rating is a little bit of a mix from B up to S, which pays dividends in the end with how crazy the race ended up. The race starts and everyone moves into a line for each other's slipstream coming up to the first corner. Our GTR has more power than the Volkswagen Beetle, so as we come up to the first corner, he goes a little bit wide, and I do edge him out very slightly, but it's nothing detrimental to his race. We'll watch a replay here. It's the tiniest bit of contact. I didn't mean to touch him as I went through, and it just slightly edged him out. Nothing terrible. As we come through the S's, the leader makes a mistake and loses a lot of momentum. We have to slow down as well to avoid hitting him, because there's no space to get past. And if you look on the bottom right, on the radar, the German still not happy about getting edged out before, comes alongside and whack, hits us off the track into the wall. And if we just watch this replay here, we can see we get slowed down by the Volkswagen in front. He comes up onto the left hand side and then have some of that sunshine. Absolutely ridiculous. Whacks off the track and we spin out. And this was only the start of the mayhem that ensued as we dropped all the way down to 15. Coming down to the hairpin, we're a little bit late on the brakes and bumped the Supra in front as an Aston Martin goes off into the shadow realm over to the side. That pretty much was the theme of the race right the way through. Constant dive bombing and constant victims being sent off into the shadow realm. We run through the follow through, which is probably the cleanest part of the race so far. And then as we come up to this next corner, a cluster of cars start to form ahead. And penalties start getting dished out everywhere. There's 3 people off the track. We get back up into 8th position, all the way down from 15th as we move on the inside of the Supra as well, coming up to this next corner. He's on the brakes a little bit too late and goes wide. We go up into 6th place now. 2 more cars off the track on the right hand side. We go all the way back up to 4. 2 places from 2nd place, and 2nd place has a 1 second penalty. Absolutely ridiculous. As we come round the next corner, the Supra just goes into the side of the Nissan, which slows them down, and we go into the back of the Supra. Accidental, but we get a 1 second penalty, and then we just start getting rammed by the Supra on the left and pushed off the track, which spins us.
What is your problem?
I mean, I don't know what to say. We drop all the way back down to 8. It's absolute carnage. Looking at it from this angle, you can see the Supra get slowed as he hits the Nissan and we go into the back of him. Purely accidental. We get a 1 second penalty, and then he just, for the second time today, just sends us off into the shadow realm off the track. It's ridiculous, it's crazy. I'm back down to 8th place. As we come up to the final corner of the lap, if you look on the bottom right on the radar, you can see someone coming up on the inside. I decided to take the corner wide because I was expecting a dive bomb with the way the race has gone so far. I didn't want to be sent to the realm for the 3rd time as me and 2 other guys save our penalties and drop down a couple more places. I was so annoyed at this point in the race that I decided to start giving it back as we had to run on the Spaniard in front. Just give him a little nudge, bump him a little bit wide and go up on the inside, up into 7th place. As we come through the S's, the guy in front cuts the corner on the way out and picks himself up a half a second penalty. Now this guy in front in the BMW is the next person to watch, the next culprit, shall we say, in this shit show of a race. He did seem to be struggling with oversteer a lot. I'm not sure if it's something to do with the tyres that he had on, but we did have the run on him right the way through. We move over to the inside for what is probably the cleanest pass of the race so far. And then as we come out of the bend, you'll see 4th and 5th. I've just had a little altercation up ahead, 5th off the track. As we go past 5th place, he just pulls in front and gets hit in the back. He then gets the penalty, which is deserved. And then as we turn the corner, the BMW then smashes him into the shadow realm, almost kills us as well. He then comes up on our inside, pushes us out and gets himself up into 5th place. Really dirty play from the Czech. The super driver is probably already in an air ambulance on his way to the nearest hospital. It's just absolutely crazy. As we come round the next hairpin, 4th place has run off and picked himself up a penalty as well. The Supra in front then proceeds to go really slow on the next corner and the BMW smashes into him, and we manage to squeeze through the gap just about, a little bit of contact as well. As we come to the final corner, I've seen him dive bomb, so I go so wide on the corner and he just edges us out again. Gets back up into 4th place, and for the 3rd time we're stuck behind this BMW. As we come through back round towards turn 1, I feel like the BMW in front was expecting a revenge hit and brakes really early and goes really wide on the corner. We go up on the inside and pass him again for the 4th time, up into 4th place. And now we just want to pull as far away from him as we can. We end up with a 2-second gap from the BMW behind, so at this moment I feel like I'm clear of all the mayhem until we look ahead and see 2nd and 3rd place killing each other for the position. 1st place at this point is completely gone. I think he's 18 seconds ahead, so there's no chance of 1st place, but 2nd place is a realistic possibility, especially when these guys are killing each other and picking up penalties just to try and get the position. Coming up to the end of lap 3, and we're going to have our first pit stop of the race. Usually we'd do another stint on medium tyres, but with the race as it is, I think it's best to get the hard tyres on now in case we get caught in the rubber behind, so we can save the 2nd set of mediums until the end. This isn't sped up, by the way. The Nissan boys are really quick in the pits. We only dropped 1 position while in the pits as we managed to stay ahead of the carnage hurtling down the straight towards us. Brake late coming down to the hairpin and move on the outside of the Mustang. He manages to hold the position, but then runs onto the grass on the way out of the corner. We go to pass and he shuts the door, and then we move on to the inside. And for the first time this race, we actually received space off someone, which was a surprise. As we come around the next corner, he brakes too late, and we just check back onto the inside and get ourselves up into 4th place. Moving forward a couple of corners then, we're still in 4th place, and as we come around this long sweeping left, you can see ahead that 2nd place has ran off onto the grass. We've got the momentum to get past him, so we move on to the left hand side, and as we do, he just swerves in front of us, blocks us off, forces us to brake. Ridiculous again. And then he tries to dive bomb the guy in front of us, but misses, and we just go up onto the inside and go up into 3rd place. And then again, a couple of corners later on in that lap, we're behind the Italian in 2nd place, the same guy who rammed us off earlier in the race. Just keeping behind him, putting as much pressure on him as possible, which pays off as he overshoots the next corner and goes off the track, and we move up into 2nd place. And that was pretty much it. We held our 2nd place and ended up opening a 16-second gap to 3rd place. We'd started in 2nd, dropped all the way to 15th, and then finished back in 2nd. We had no chance of catching 1st place. We managed to avoid all the mayhem and probably enjoyed a smooth drive all the way through, while we enjoyed the dirtiest race so far since I started online racing in GT Sport. Hopefully we'll have some cleaner races as we play. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.